Welcome back, everybody, into another daily recap start of the week. This is the week from the 18th of October until the 22nd of October. And we're going to do our analysis on gold, on Bitcoin, on EuroDollar, and starting from today, analysis from the morning, and of course, the daily recap also on GBPJPY, pound, yen, pair. So let's start with gold as usual. We were coming back into this range after this CPI move. This was the CPI, and then this was the correction of Friday, completely mirroring the move, and then going back into this high time frame range that we have been in for the last few weeks, and we just wanted to play the range. And as you can see, it didn't actually follow the lines, it just stayed into this small range, bouncing from 1759-ish to 1770-ish. So what we had as a high risk high reward as buys slash sells, of course we had the 1764 key level for buys and 1772 as sells. As you can see from the morning, the bouncing of the 1764 was really messy, choppy, and not really tradable. So as you can see, price was just going back and forth between those. You might have got some sells below the key level here when you had some more bearish trend, but really high risk. You have like 30 pips of trade and it's good enough. Then you have some more aggressive breakup at New York, failing to make it into new highs, but still jumping back into the range, still continuing to be on a bullish side, and you have a much cleaner here, a much cleaner break and retest of the key level, giving you that trade idea 1764 for more or less 60 pips. But as you can see, it was very choppy. As you can see, immediately snapping back. And after London close, when we had multiple rejections of price breaking up, never breaking above 1772 or not even 1770 price sensitivity area, we had a break and retest and then continuation down later into the day to revisit 1764 again. So very difficult to trade, but as per price point we might say that 1764 has been 60 pips move and 1772 never got reached, so nothing more of it. We must say that the reasoning that we can have for the buys 1764 during New York Stock Exchange open. Let's see, when was this? Was prior to New York Stock Exchange opening. Made this quick move after a much cleaner break and retest of the level, as you can see. But still very high risk, high reward. Then we jump on Bitcoin. We are sitting pretty much at all-time highs. So that's why we have this price sensitivity area, these previous highs that are very strong and very difficult to break. And I don't have, why I don't have them. Okay, I don't have any more the arrows over here. Just give me a second. Okay, so this one was analysis in the morning. We were sitting here and we were expecting either a cleaner break and retest above the PSA 72,500, or either a jump, a bounce from 6170, 700, and then a rejection slash double top at 62,500 in continuation down. As you can see, this is exactly what we got. We got a first bounce and then down. Here, as you can see, yes, price went below, but as you can see, the hourly candle, not a single hourly candle, broke below and closed below, and that's where we got this price action for, again, buys and the play into the range. Let's jump into the 1 minute. Okay, so it keeps moving. Okay, so as you can see, this is exactly shown here. We were in this order block. We failed to break above 62,500, and we got a deeper correction to 61,700 key level, and then we have the first bounce up as we were expecting, and then we have the deeper correction exactly as the opposite as we were expecting as well. Price never breaks above the lows of the order block, and just breaks and retests the PPL, and then just melts and goes to the high demand area as expected. Just some ranging, but as you can see, very clear, fails to break the PPL, but is failing to break this previous PSA on the left, these previous lows over here. As you can see, it's reacting exactly there, exactly like here. It was not reacting to a PPL, but it was reacting more at the previous PSA just before the continuing its way down and breaking below the PSA to make new lows at 60k PSA. But after that, as you can see, as you already saw on the 1 hour chart, you saw that the price never closed an hourly candle below the PSA, as you can see, because the start was here and we just bounced back up and made new highs. After that, we just continued to range. We had another break below the key level, but we were just bouncing off the previous PSA. So on Bitcoin, as you can see, yeah, this was the hourly. Exactly. As you can see on Bitcoin today, we had 60 pips. It's the safer sells 140 pips. Yeah, again 150 pips. And then the bounce of this area when you see that price is never breaking, is not closing any hourly candle below. You have 170 pips on the upside as well, as per the morning analysis, which is like 370 pips only on Bitcoin. Let's jump into EuroDollar. There we go. EuroDollar followed a much better, much leaner, much clearer PSA price action it played exactly the weakness of the dollar after bouncing off here at the key level, the rejection double top, and as you can see, exactly is the same that is happened here on euro dollar. Yes, we had a bounce up, but after above this PSA, we only had bullish one above here and above here for like 40, 40 pips. Only 1 minute, and if we see it, as you can see, much clearer. Yeah, first we had some minor bullish action due to the weakness of the dollar, but dollar gained strength, but never made new lows, and after that just continues up, some ranging between the two PSAs, another liquidity grab at this same demand area, and then making new highs above another PSA over here. So the PSA where the main one was 1.159, the second one was 0.1599, and this one 0.1608, as it was started in the morning, 83 and 99, so even above here. Then we jump on GBPJPY first analysis. We use the PPLs that are sort of the ones of Bitcoin, but are slightly different. What we had here, we predicted pretty well. This was analysis. The bounce of this PSA more than the key level, and exactly what we got a bounce of like 50 pips, but after that the price was just ranging. This PPL and this PSA were very played very nice role as a jumping platform, as you can see. Just this, as you can see, coming very strong. This is still Asian session. This is when we make the analysis, and this is the first tap. Break and retest also of the PPL. But this was the PSA, gives you the first sign, first confirmation, and then you have your 50 pips move up between PPLs. Yeah, exactly the same rejection, and another buy setup. You see the rejection, another buy setup, another buy setup, much smaller. You're starting to see a decrease in the buyer strength. So it's not always take a buy, but as you can see here, you might have taken buys for 50 pips, 30 pips, 30 pips again, which is like 50, 85, 110 pips, even on GJ, after 300 pips on Bitcoin, and like 60 on gold. And then we can end up with dollar index today just went revisiting the key level, made a double top and got rejected, but we are still at this huge PSA. We are still overall bullish on the high time frame. You see, if we zoom out, especially if we remove everything, it's clearly in an uptrend, but is in a pullback phase. This is the yen index, is very bearish. Today it was in a range, but still overall bearish. Nothing left to say. I think it's all good. And okay, see you guys tomorrow.